Hi, welcome to tutorial number 32 for CSCI 130 Introduction to Programming here at the University of Wisconsin Parkside. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is once you have done the interface that we developed in the previous tutorial, what I'm gonna do is execute the algorithm that I described you. So when we click on this button, we expect that it's gonna be searching each one of those numbers and determine which one is the greatest. So again, the algorithm is the following. So once I click, I'm gonna have a variable that I'm gonna call max, and that variable max is gonna go and check on here and says, okay, right now you are my max number one, because I haven't seen the others yet. Then I'm gonna go and check with the other one, are you greater than my current max? If the answer is yes, then I'm gonna swap the values. But I'm not gonna swap, I'm gonna change the value of max, and I'll say, okay, my max now is 2. And then I keep doing that. Then I said, okay, are you greater than my current max? If yes, then let's change the value, and then so on. So when I'm done checking the last one, then I should determine which one is the greatest, because I'm keeping that. In this case, I put the numbers like this just to see that I got enough space for 20 numbers. Right, so we're gonna double click over here. It says in the instructions that we're not supposed to use too many variables, no more than 3. So I'm gonna use first them max. So max is my variable as integer, so that's the one that is gonna hold the max. Then I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna initialize. My initial is the first element of my list box. Okay, then I'm gonna say in list box 1 that has some items, and then the item, and then I need to say which one. If you remember, we discussed this previously. To make a difference between each one of the, among the elements, we make the difference with an index. So the first one is index 0, 2, 3. Let's press F5. Oops, I'm sorry. Can cut this. I'm gonna put here a 0. Okay, there. Okay, then now I'm gonna press now F5 just to do this. So here I got my number. So for example, this is the index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2, so this is index 19. So it starts with a 0 and then ends with the 19. But this is, I don't know the value, but I know the position. So this is position 0, position 1, position 2, and this is position 19. Okay, which we call index. So here what it says, max as integer initially is the one that is on the first position, so that's my max. Now I'm gonna be checking this multiple times. That's what I need a counter, a loop. So what I'm gonna define is a variable counter, and I need to do this 19 times, right? Because I already checked with the first, but now I need to compare that with the other 19 numbers. And I'm gonna be repeating this several times. So I'm gonna say them counter as integer initial value 1, and then that initial value also 1 is actually my second element, so that's perfect. So I'm gonna be getting that number from there. So now I'm gonna do in my loop. So I'm gonna say do while, and do while so I need the condition here, do while counter is less than 20. Okay, so what is it that we want to do? Well, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna say if max, the element that we're checking now. So we're checking the next element, list box 1 dot items dot item. So the next one, I'm gonna have the index counter. So that will be the counter. Remember, right now is 1, so it's the one in position 1. If is that number greater than max, if it is, then change my max. Max is now that number. So I'm gonna copy that from there, so I don't need to type that again. There. So yeah, So we got that up there. So look at that, this is optional. So only when this is true is when we're gonna make the change. Now we are going to display the answer. Well, we will. There's something very important. We need to change the value counter. We need to increment counter. So I'm gonna. Okay, what we need now is to increment the counter. Okay, so we did it once, so now this is the time to say counter plus equals 1. So that will change the counter, because remember we initialize counter to 1, so we're doing this once, and then we need to count. Now counter is 2, and then we go back to the loop, and then we're gonna check, okay, now it's 2, and then that also changes the index, because look, now I'm gonna check this box item counter is now 2. If that's the case, I'm gonna make the change, and then we're gonna be doing that until once this is 20, which actually we did the 19, which is the last one, but after we did 19, this becomes 20, and then we're gonna stop. Okay, so once we're done, we need to see the answer, and the answer we're gonna display that on this label, right? So we're gonna say label, oops, I forgot the number, label 2. So then we say on label 2 dot text equals, let's say, let's put the max is, let's put some space, and then let's concatenate, let's put the ampersand, and let's put variable max. Okay, now let's check if this works. And I still need to change the numbers. I mean, I don't like the numbers 1 to 20 there, but I'm gonna click here, yeah, get max, and my max is 20. That's right, so it works. That's the max. But let's change the numbers, and so we go back over here, then I'm clicking on this, on the list box, and then we go where it says items, which says collection. So those are the numbers, right? So I know I got 20, so I'm gonna make some changes. So now this is 500, this is 200, this is 1000, and just to make changes, this is -9, this is 35, and let's say okay. So now I hope I didn't make any mistakes. Let's press F5 one more time, and let's say get max. It's 1000. That's true. So the current max of this set of numbers is 1000. So beautiful. So it's iterating, so it's checking. So again, what it's doing is checking. This is my first max, and then I go and check. Are you greater than -9? Yes. So now your max. Are you greater than the 2? Then yes. Are you greater? No. Then I'm not changing. It's still 35. Are you greater than 35? No. So 35 is still the max. Are you greater than 35? Yes. Well, you are the max now. Are you greater than 1000? No. Are you greater than 1000? No. So I'm keeping the 1000. Are you greater than 1000? Are you greater? So all those answers are no, 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 no. So this is the last time that I change my max. Beautiful. Okay, so this is ready for posting. So I'm posting this right now, and then on the next tutorial I'm gonna implement the same with a different repetition statement.